Hello, this is Isaac. I'm here to give you a presentation about taking care of trees in your garden. I am one of the garden enthusiasts, and I do or like to do my own garden. So I'd like to welcome you to my presentation on garden power tools and accessories. You will, for those garden lovers or those guys who are DIY like me, you will find what I want to share with you is one great power tool. I was still surprised that it's still on the market after having it for such a long time. Basically, when you do garden maintenance, you need reliable tools, or tools that will endure the amount of work that you put or on them, so if you have a well guaranteed tool and the maintenance and spares is supported by a good brand, then you don't need to worry. You buy a long lasting tool. So I want to talk a little bit about my personal experience in garden tools as a garden enthusiast. Every winter and summer, when the seasons change, I always prepare the planting and the flowers or maintain the garden. And one of the challenges that my neighbor has is to come to my house and borrow my tools, and I don't like it, because once these tools break, you end up with the cost of having to repair them from your pocket, and it's not a good thing. So I encourage this. I'm doing this video because I'm indirectly trying to tell my neighbor to buy this tool. I saw this on the internet and I needed him to find a way to do it. So this is the front part of my house. This is the front part. I was preparing. This place changed every 5-6 years. I change it, especially the front. So I had taken out the old lawn because there were lots of weeds. There was a guy who came and put in chemicals in my previous lawn, and the results were very bad that I had to replant this whole section, and some of the trees were damaged, like this tree was damaged. So eventually I ended up having to do it myself all over again. So it was a good thing. I learned my lesson. I was trying to get fertilizers, but the fertilizer that he used, I don't know where he got it. It was a liquid fertilizer which he used to spray on my lawn, and it created a lot of problems. So again, this tree was an obstacle to the trucks, the buses, and the council. I thought the council was going to cut the tree. They never came to cut the tree. This tree was very nice and beautiful because it concealed. It actually had birds. Birds used to build their nest there. So somehow, because of it was overlapping in the middle of the road, I actually had to do something about it. Now, this tree was so huge, it was occupying half of the road here. So I had to bring it down, because one of the truck owners was complaining that when they go and pass here, it was actually damaging the truck. But I was doing the spade work here. I was doing this whole garden, and the tree filler business is not an easy one, especially if you are not into DIY. But if you go into DIY, it's very interesting. It's fun. Doing gardening is fun. For me, it's a pleasure. So I also had to cut this tree. This tree was very big. I have sprinklers on this lawn, and every time I switch it on, this tree would actually conceal. The water wouldn't actually be received on this part of the lawn. So I had to cut it and also make the tree grow again. So I was using an electric chainsaw. It's a model W3G. It's easy to use, a tool-free tension and replacement system with easy grip knob, and the tensioning system prevents over tightening and automatically sets it to the proper tension during operations. But what I find it exciting about this tool, that it has a built-in safety brake stops. These are the dimensions and the specification of this tool. It's called the WG300 14-inch 3 HP 14 amp electric chainsaw. You probably have seen it. It looks like this. I had it for some time. Obviously the one that I have now, it's actually old, but my friend, I'm going to email him this video. I did a search on Google, and this is it's one of the sites, Amazon site, where you can get this particular item. This site is so dynamic, it's unique. It has all the necessary tools for DIY, and I find it very user friendly. I bought quite a couple of stuff on this site, but basically what impressed me most was the manner in which this tool works. I've had it for more than 3-4 years now, and the raving is still the same. I mean, it's very excellent. 3 peak horsepower, automatic, tool free chain. They still mention that. Comes fully assembled right out of the box, electric and emission free. There are 2 types actually. So the one that I have, it's a different model from this one. This is actually the latest model, and I was recommending this to my friend, but at the same time I'm trying to recommend it to all those DIY enthusiasts. I still had the guarantee is phenomenal. I only changed the little things like the oil and so on. You have to, the manual will tell you everything. So going forward, this site, it's called http://tinyurl.com/bk2ckc6. Visit this site. It has this power tool, and the price compared, I've been shopping around previously, not only for these tools but also for other accessories like the lawnmowers and the chainsaw blades, which I will talk about in the next video. The prices for this, it's I mean, it's a giveaway, if you know what I mean. Power tools are very, very expensive, and something that is going to last this long, you need to really take advantage of it. But over and above this, what I found was my maintenance cost for garden services has gone down, because I only do it every second week. You know, I don't have to hire a person to do it for me, and I do it on weekends. But as an enthusiast, garden enthusiast, it's always ideal. You'll find it exciting to do your own garden. So this was before. This is before. In summer the garden is good, and I cut it every twice a month, and I don't cut it to the, you know, there's a way to cut it. We'll talk about that in the next video. But what I was trying to impress upon you is, this is after I've cut this tree. This is what happens. And I've also cut the trees in the back using the same chainsaw, which were very big trees with branches, and every time you cut the trees, they grow again, and your garden looks fantastic. So I want to encourage you to take the opportunity and visit this site to see more of how you can benefit from this particular tree cutting chainsaw. It is a great chainsaw. I own it, I use it, and this site is phenomenal. It has great stuff for all garden enthusiasts. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation, and then I will hear from you, or you'll hear from me when I make another video on lawnmowers, which obviously it's also more or less similar power tools. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.